Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today we are going to be making this chunky junk journal. This is the spooky Halloween journal. This kit includes 2 folios that comes along with it, and the template of this chunky journal is similar to the pumpkin patch chunky journal. So I will include the link for the pumpkin patch if you like this template in the description below. You can check out the link. Here are the final pieces that are included in this kit. I have printed all of them on 170 GSM paper, and I have printed them on the back side of all of them. I have separated the kits, like I have a separate all of the final pieces of the main journal. I have them separate. Then I have the folio 1, all of the final pieces separately, and the folio 2 separately, so that it will be easier to when we are assembling, it will be easier to put them all together. So it's better to just cut them in separate batches and keep them separately, so that assembling will be very easy. And I have given all of the in this video I have given all of the flap names and panel names, so it will be easy for you if you can just follow through the video. You can always slow down the video so that it will be easier to follow throughout the video. And the pockets for the main journal and the folios, and again I have included them separately. You can separate them, or you can also mix and match the pockets, but I would suggest to at least keep the panels and the flaps separately, so that the assembling will be very easy. As always, I am going to start by prepping all of the flaps and the panels. I'm going to go ahead and fold them along the lines. Let us start the assembling. Now we are going to be working on the main journal first. So this is the main panel that I have over here, and these are the other flaps that will be included in this main journal that we are going to work. So this is the main panel. We have the back of it, and this is the spine flap. So what I want to do first is to join the flap, join this spine, this area over onto the main panel's spine. So that is the first step that we are going to do. So I'm just applying glue to the main panel's spine and then attaching this right over here. And then this extra flap, I am attaching it to the panel. So we are done with the spine flap. Now I want to attach ribbons to the main panel so that we can tie the entire thing together. So I'm using this kind of an orange ribbon over here. I'm just going to attach it using some tape and just glue it. And I'm repeating the same step to the back of the journal also, or the panel B. I'm using the same step on the panel B also. Now that I have the ribbons attached, let's move on to the rest of the flaps that we are going to be working. So here are the flaps that I have. So this is the flap A and this is the flap B. This flap B, first I just want to make it into a pocket. I'm just folding the that corner and making it into a pocket. And now this flap B, I'm going to attach it to the flap A. I have a blank space on this flap A, so I'm just using that blank space over here and attaching this flap B right over there. Now that we have the flap A and the flap B together, I'm going to use that blank space of the flap A and I am going to attach it to the main panel A. So this is the main panel A, or that's the front of the journal. I'm just going to attach it right over here. I've just applied glue all over and I'm sticking the flap A along with the flap B on the main panel A. So that's done. And now I've got this flap C. This comes with the pocket, so the stripes will be the pocket. So I'm just going to fold like this and we will be attaching as a top pocket. So I'm applying glue to the three sides and this will be the flap that goes over here along with that pocket. So that's flap C. Now that's flap A. So we are done with the assembling on this side of the panel, that is panel A, we are done. Let's move on to panel B. For panel B, we've got a few more flaps. I've got flap D, E and F. So this is F and the Sleepy Hollow one is D and the skeleton is the E one. We are going to assemble everything on the flap F and then attach the flap F to the main panel. So that way it will be easier. So first step is I'm attaching the flap D along using that flap onto the back of that flap F. So flap D and F I have attached and this is going to be a top flap. So I'm just going to attach it on flap F like so. Now that we have attached everything onto the flap F itself, we've got D and E and F over here. This entire thing, I'm just going to go ahead and attach it to the main panel B. So on the main panel, we worked on the first side. Now we are going on to the right side and that's the back of the journal. And attaching this entire thing, what we assemble right now, I'm just going to glue it. I'm just making sure everything is folded nicely and stuck. And this the main spine also, I'm just making sure everything goes well and folded nicely. And that's the main journal. We are done with the assembling of the main journal. We have got this side, the panel A, we have got these flaps, and then that's the spine flap, and here are the flaps on this side. And we've also got the ribbon so that we can fold it all together. We can tie it all together later on. So now let's move on to folio 1 now. I've got these pieces on folio 1. We've got flap 1, 2, 3. So let's work on these flaps over here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got this flap 1 first. This will be the front of the folio. I've already folded it like so, and this is flap 2. You will see this blank space on flap 1. I'm going to use that blank space and attach it to flap 2 right over here on the front of the flap 2. But I want to make a side pocket. So I'm just applying glue to the 3 sides and then attaching it as a side pocket on the front of flap 2. So now this will be the front of the folio right over here. I've also got a pocket already over here. Now we've got flap 2. I'm going to use this flap 3. We've got 2 pockets on either side. I'm going to use those pockets and attach it to the flaps. So this first pocket, I'm just going to attach it to the flap 2. Right over here, I'm just going to attach this pocket. Now that I've got the one side of the pocket is attached, I'm using the other pocket and I'm going to use that to attach it to flap 4. So this is flap 4. I'm going to attach this flap 4 right onto this pocket like so. Again, this is the front of the flap 4 that I am using to attach the pocket. And so that's the back of the folio, and I really love how the back of the folio has turned out. It's got this YB skeleton look, kind of a spooky look actually. So there you have it. We've got the flaps all done. We've got flap 3 and flap 4 attached. The last one we've got left is the top pocket. So the top pocket, I just want to attach it right over here onto the flap 4. And the top pocket has got a blank space. So I'm using that blank space and attaching as a pocket like so. I think the name Spooky Halloween actually suits this journal because it's got like a spooky skeleton vibes and all fun. The color theme on this journal is the Halloween orange and the vintage black look. And even this background paper that you just saw, the black and orange damask page that is included as the background paper, it's a complete vibe that I love. So okay, so we are done with the folio 1. Let's move on to folio 2 now. We've got the flaps on this one continuing from the numbers. So we've got flap 5 to 9 for the folio 2. So this is flap 6. We got those door panels on those things, and we've got this window flap. This is the flap 8 with the oval window. I'm just going to attach this transparent sheet on this window on the back side. Now that we have attached the transparent sheet, let's start the assembling. We will start with the flap 5 now. So on the back side of the flap 5, I'm going to attach these door panels. This is flap 6. The middle page of the door panel, I'm just going to attach it right over here on the right side. But before attaching this flap 6, I'm just going to use this flap 7 as the top flap right over here. So first I'm just sticking this flap 7 as a top flap on the back of flap 6. Now that is done, this entire thing, the flap 6, I'm just going to attach it on the flap 5. So we've got the flap 5 on the right side of the flap 5. I'm just going to attach this thing right over here. Flap 6 is also done. So now we've got flap 5, and once I open it, I'm going to have those door panels. Now on the back side of this flap 5, I'm going to go ahead and attach this oval window right over here as a top pocket. So I'm just going to apply glue on the 3 sides, and we will have a top pocket. So flap 8 is attached to the back of the flap 5. So this now is going to be the back of the folio. I've got the front of the folio, the door panels, the top flap, and then a top pocket, and this part is going to be the back of the folio. Now the last one is the flap 9. I've got this flap 9 over here. I'm going to use those stripes pattern part as a side pocket and attach it like so. Now we are done with folio 2 also. So here we go. We have these spooky hands over there on the door panels, and again we've got these skeleton heads and such, and the back of the folio. Now, and we are done with the entire skeleton of the journal. Like, we've got the main journal over here. I think just this looks really good. I really love how it turned out. And then the folio 1. I think this is my favorite folio. It looks really good. I love those skeleton vibes. And then we've got this folio, the Wicked Season folio. And there you have it. We've got 2 folios for this chunky journal. And we can just place these 2 folios right over here and just close it using these ribbons. Now let's move on to adding the pockets. As I have mentioned before, if you can separate the pockets while cutting them, it would be easier to just go along and attach the pockets for the main journal, then pockets for the folio 1 and such. Or you can just go ahead and use your own creativity and add these pockets wherever you would like to do. I'm just going to keep adding the pockets to the main journal, and then the folios also. You can just follow along. Now that we are done with all of the pockets, this is my favorite part as always. So we are going to start decorating. I have given a lot of labels and also like ephemeras that go as pockets also. You can use these ephemeras, the larger ephemeras, as pockets also. And I've also included a few fussy cuts that you can just go ahead and play along. I wanted to use my mesh cloth, but I just noticed that I have run out of the mesh fabric, so I need to get a few of those. So I just missed using those fabric in this folio. Right, so we've got the last part. This is the embellishment. I'm going to use these round cutouts for the closure of the folio one. For this folio one, I'm just going to add one round cutout and add an eyelet and use a ribbon. It's kind of a, I don't know if you can say it as a ribbon. It's kind of like a tie rope that I got from one of the fabrics that I had just bought. I'm just going to use that to close this folio. And for the folio 2, again on the door panels, I'm just going to use these round cutouts and use my eyelets and to close the door panels. Lastly, I thought I can use this label on the spine of the main journal. So I'm just going to stick this one on the main spine. Here you go, we have the final reveal of this spooky Halloween chunky journal. And this kit includes 34 pages of spookiness. It's got like lots of tags, ephemeras, labels, flaps, pockets, and including the two folios that comes along with the kit. This kit is included in the Autumn Halloween 2025 bundle. You can just check out what are included in this bundle in the description below. And if you would also like to have a autumn chunky journal much like this one that we just made, it's called the Pumpkin Patch Chunky Journal. I will include the link in the description again. And there you have it. We've got a Halloween chunky journal for this year. I'm really excited that I was able to make this chunky journal because I really wanted to give a chunky journal for you, especially for Halloween. And I hope you like this video, and I hope you would have so much fun creating this chunky journal. I will see you soon in another video. Bye bye.